Fun fact, we made our very own short horror film back in 2023 on a budget of 600 bucks. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. However, YouTube is filled with tons of short film offerings by all sorts of up-and-coming directors, as well as the indie film circuit, where even big names debuted short films as conceptual ideas for possible bigger features. Before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Every new sub helps us achieve our goal and keeps us motivated to create new content. With that being said, I'm your host, Jamie, and here are 10 amazing short horror films. Number 1, The Alphabet. The late writer-director David Lynch has become an icon of the surreal films inside and outside of the horror genre. He made his debut film with his visceral black and white experimental film in 1977, Eraserhead, and controversial take peaked with 1980's The Elephant Man. That didn't stop him from having a long award-winning career of well-crafted, albeit quasi-cerebral films. Long before his foray into feature films or his acclaimed TV series, Twin Peaks, he released a short film, The Alphabet. The short looks like a videotape they watched in the ring. It's creepy, drenched in absurdity. The Alphabet is a compilation of various clips featuring a young girl, alone, pouring and sipping tea, perhaps reflecting her or someone's psychological state. It's allegedly Lynch's generating a nightmarish vision of the alphabet. The girl is played by Peggy Reeve, who was once married to Lynch. The score is eerie, and Lynch uses its screeching violins abruptly to jar the viewer out of any kind of serenity. Number 2, The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. Ari Aster is known for his well-crafted elevated horror films like Hereditary and Midsommar, which has cropped up on multiple of our lists because it is such a diverse and layered text. It should come as no surprise that an Ari Aster horror short would land on this list. In 2011, this prominent horror director would break onto the scene with his shocking short film, The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. The short was Aster's thesis while he was studying at the American Film Institute Conservatory. Controversial themes aside, this is a very well-made and fully realized short film. And although it uses some contentious methods to make the argument of what love means, it certainly is unforgettable. Aster's trademark striking visual flair is in its rudimentary stages here. And to think, my thesis was a 20-page paper about the double-edged nature of media and technology in the Scream franchise. The Strange Thing About the Johnsons takes a closer look into the life of an affluent suburban family and their strange interpersonal relationships, particular one between the father and son. The film stars prolific character actor Billy Mayo, who currently has over 100 projects to his credit. Mayo, along with the rest of the cast, commit and deliver powerful performances that you can make sure to check out on YouTube. Number 3, Curve. 2016's Australian short horror film Curve, directed by Tim Egan, is a brilliant exercise in mystery and tension. The short immediately puts the viewer on edge, quite literally. An unidentified woman wakes up on a curving ledge in a very dam-like cement structure. The woman is played by Laura Jane Turner, who has starred in and directed many short films. Turner has won or been nominated for awards for several of her short films, including Best Actor in a Short for Curve at the St. Kilda Film Festival. The concrete pit she is stuck on appears to slide into a dark abyss. Sound is extremely important in Curve and used incredibly effectively. The rain and water ambience that echoes in the emptiness creates a sense of claustrophobia, as does the tight, long lens close-ups. Every time the woman struggles to pull or slide up, she slides a little further down as the curve has little friction. Her sliding and breathing are pronounced, and occasionally other strange or terrifying noises add to the tension. Curve has won many awards in the film festival circuit, most notably the jury prize for Best Short at the Tribeca Film Festival. So check it out on YouTube. Number 4, Mama Don't Go. The short film Mama Don't Go premiered at the Nightmare Film Festival in October of 2019. It would receive many accolades throughout various film festivals through 2022. This includes everything from makeup to cinematography to Best Short itself. The Milwaukee Twisted Dreams Film Festival in 2021 would honor it with a jury award for Best Short Film. Award-winning director Rafael de Leon Jr. would have been working on short films for over a decade, building his repertoire, refining his skills, and earning accolades of his own. Mama Don't Go hits the ground running, throwing the viewer in the midst of a home invasion. The mother appears to be dying while the daughter cries that her mother needs to go to a hospital. Looking for a shred of mercy from a couple of masked burglars, and things take an unexpected turn. I will say this, Mama Don't Go has an impressive set of makeup and gore effects. There are several on this list in which I'd like to see a full-blown film, and this is one of them. And you can watch it on the Screamfest or Rafael de Leon Jr.'s respective YouTube channels. Number 5, Thanksgiving. Although technically not a short film in the traditional sense, Thanksgiving was one of the many fake trailers in the Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez joint double feature, Grindhouse. The entirety of the feature is meant to stimulate the Grindhouse theater film experience, popular in the 70s. It consisted of Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof and Robert Rodriguez's Planet Terror. Thanksgiving is meant to be a parody of Halloween, appearing to resolve a mass murderer slaughtering people on the USA's Day of Thanks. It was shot to look like a trailer for a cheap snuff film from the 70s. It also featured shocking deaths that were so brutally over the top, they were even featured in the 2023 full feature adaptation of the 2007 short film or trailer. Horror movie maven and Splat Pack member behind films like 2003's Cabin Fever and 2005's Hostel, wrote and directed the original short. He would also co-write and direct the full-length film. While the 2007's Grime and Grit are removed from the celluloid for the 2023 feature film, the film delivered mostly what was promised from the trailer. It was just a modern-day setting and wound up making for a decent slasher film. Although, I do appreciate how corny the 2007 trailer was and the ridiculous old-school commentator it featured. And you can watch the 2007 trailer on YouTube. Number 6, Other Side of the Box. The psychological horror short film Other Side of the Box was released on September 18th, 2018. It was directed and written by Caleb J. Phillips, who worked in various departments on short and feature-length films, including as editor and cinematographer. Other Side of the Box would go on to win the South by Southwest 2019 Film Festival's Midnight Short category. It would also be featured as a 2020 Vimeo staff pick and Short of the Week. Other Side of the Box starts out with a couple, Ben and Jen, who are cooking. They are interrupted when their friend Sean arrives with a strange package that comes with a letter. When they open the package, it appears to be a black empty void. When they look away, someone's head peers out of the box. The card tells them not to take their eyes off the box, or the person from the box. Every time they do, the person moves. The person or entity that's in the box gives Weeping Angel vibes from Doctor Who. Mark Ziobro from the MovieBuff.net said the short film has elements of It Follows, and it sets up a premise that is creepy and disturbing, drawing from many modern horror movies in its presentation. Other Side of the Box is astutely well made with a creepy atmosphere and minimalistic approach. I would really like more of it. I'm a fan of the concept. I love the Weeping Angels, It Follows, and Smile. And you can watch Other Side of the Box on horror YouTube channel Alter. Number 7, Night Swim. Not to be confused with the bland, cliche 2024 film, although it is based on the short horror film from 10 years prior. While the film includes some of the short, eerie scenes, it lacks the mystique and atmosphere of the short. The 2014 short film Night Swim was directed by Rod Blackhurst and Brian McGuire. No relation to 90s home run record hitter Mark McGuire. McGuire, Brian, not Mark, also wrote the short film. Night Swim has an extremely bare bones premise, and that's probably why it's the shortest short on this list, running under 4 minutes. The short sees a woman taking a swim in her pool at night. Every time she submerges, she sees someone, or at least thinks she does, at the edge of the pool. Now, the feature film adaptation of Night Swim answers a lot of questions a viewer might have, but it's more interesting not knowing truthfully. That's mostly because the movie answers are not very inspired. Regardless, the short is worth viewing, even if it leaves more to be desired. The actress who portrays the woman, Megalyn Chikanawake, has actually done a lot of voice work, including Vixen, for a lot of DC animated projects, as well as Jackie Briggs in Mortal Kombat 11. And you can find Night Swim on Rod Blackhurst's YouTube channel. Number 8, Don't Blink. The short film Don't Blink was part of Focus Features and JetBlue Student Film Showcase for 2023-2024. The film was directed by writer-director James Ross II. Don't Blink won the Gotham Awards for Best Short Film, and the Gotham Awards are a ceremony taking place in New York City celebrating independent films. Don't Blink tells the tale of a one-night stand between Travis and Reese. The story starts after the hookup, where Reese asks Travis to stay the night, but with one request. He falls asleep first because she sleepwalks. Don't Blink is well crafted and creepy. I'm certain this horror short is also inspired by the iconic Doctor Who episode, Blink, which features one of the show's greatest villains, the Weeping Angels. They are statues that look like weeping angels, but if you take your eyes off them, they move towards you. The makeup work is truly unnerving in the best way. Don't Blink is also a short I think could be effectively expanded into a full-length feature film. And you can watch Don't Blink on Focus Features YouTube channel. Number 9, The Big Shave. Movie maven and legendary filmmaker Martin Scorsese was part of the new Hollywood movement of filmmakers that consisted of Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, Brian De Palma, and George Lucas. They were the first generation of film school filmmakers and brought what was essentially USA's version of New Wave to Hollywood. Scorsese made his feature debut with 1973's Mean Streets, and would go on to make Oscar caliber, even sometimes commercial, hits to this day. Scorsese debuted his body horror film at the Nuku'aloozut Film Festival in December of 1967. Nuku'aloozut Film Festival, also known as Experimental, was an experimental film festival that ran from 1949 until 1974 at Nuku'aloozut Resort in Belgium. The Big Shave centers around a man shaving fairly normally. He gradually starts nicking, slicing himself, with cuts that grow progressively worse. He doesn't seem to notice, though. The entire thing is set to this classic jazzy sounding music. To me, it's saying we stick to routine even if it's effectively killing us. You can watch this classic short on YouTube. Number 10, The Hug. Released as part of Hulu's Halloween Film Fest promotion, Justin Najim and Jack Bishop's The Hug is a short film released in 2018 that was undoubtedly capitalizing on the Five Nights at Freddy's craze sweeping the nation. FNAF is a 2014 survival horror game that places the player in a family pizzeria as the night security guard. In a more horrific Night at the Museum fashion, the animatronics come to life and try to kill you. The popular horror video game had become the Gen Z's equivalent to the sleepover slasher film that you weren't supposed to be watching as a kid. The game is comparable even to millennials huddling around the CRT monitor TV watching someone play Resident Evil because that one parent bought them the coveted M-rated game that they shouldn't have. The Hug takes place in a Chuck E. Cheese type joint where sniveling birthday boy Aiden wants to see the animatronic mascot, Pandory, the panda. It uncoincidentally resembles Chuck E. Cheese, but more demented, despite it being a panda. The server shuts it down for an hour so it can have dinner while the birthday guests get their pizza. But of course, the little entitled suburban shit Aiden must see the animatronic. The Hug is a polished short with some bite, and you can see what happens on Hulu and YouTube. Thanks for checking out the video. Did we leave any films off the list? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to tap that bell icon to stay up to date with our latest releases. You can reach out to us on Twitter or X at StudiosFat, or chat with us on Discord, linked below. We're also now on Blue Sky. You can find us at studiosfat.bsky.social, which will also link below. If you're really enjoying our content and want to help support us, click that join button for exclusive content, rewards, and perks. Make sure to check out our very own merch store located at batninja.shop. All proceeds go towards our next film project, so we'd greatly appreciate it. I've been your host, Jamie. Thanks again and take care.